All right, here we are for round 3. Faithless Looting's a bad sign, but maybe it's Phoenix, which is like less terrible, I guess. I don't know. Kept his hand, just be nice to get a discard spell, but Bitter Blossom Virtue is always a recipe for success, or almost always recipes for success. I'm just gonna go here. I'm not gonna path turn 1. It's a Ball Lightning deck. So that's cool. I'm actually excited for this. It's like the Goblins. I don't mind losing to like normal decks that are cool, I guess. Ooh, that's bad. So path there would have saved me 7 life. That's pretty bad. Yeah, Bitter Blossom might be just way too slow here. Could have left up path. Wait, what? This just goes on and on. Sacrifice it? Wait. Whoa. I assumed that card got exiled, so you can keep getting the same thing back. That doesn't make any sense at all. How is that, like, allowed? What? Yeah, well, I can't play Bitter Blossom here, that's for sure. All right, well, I should have just left open path, and then I would be at... What? Still at 20, basically. Oh, man. That's insanity. Yeah, I can't let that happen again. Wow. Alright, well, that's good, I guess. Flipping no. Whatever you want, bro. So, like, yeah, they're just gonna burn me out. It's fine. I'm not winning this game, by any means. Like, once I go like exactly Soren from here, and they happen to like have like kind of a brick hand, but they didn't play a land on turn 3, so they've got something. You betcha. So it'd be very different again if I had just like left open path and let's do some math here. I definitely need to do this. Like my only out is Soren, so I need to do this first. The question is, can I go Virtue or do I have to leave open path? I have to leave open path. I'm just playing to Soren being the only out. So let's say I was at 8, or let's say I was at 7, but hadn't had to block with that last spirit. Still be in trouble, but yeah, I mean, I wasn't winning this game. Okay. All right. You play to learn. So the question is Spellbomb or Surgical? Oh boy. What's too slow? Well, this is fine. This is one where Bitter Blossom might actually be too slow. Like against Burn, I keep in Bitter Blossoms in generally. I think Screech is not worth it. Gift is not worth it for sure. Okay, that's easy. So questions or Thoughtseize, like Inquisition, I could argue being decent. Actually, Ruined Halo is good. Obviously, Auriok Champion. So this is for sure. I think I'm keeping think I'm Inquisitions to take burn spells and whatnot. I think I'm keeping the winds. I think I'm keeping all this. Sarah's probably good. Like, they probably can't beat that emblem. If they just can't kill all my creatures. Especially with a Auriok champion out. Yeah, actually, against that Goblins matchup, actually, I mean, they could have easily killed the Sarah. Like, that's the problem with these aggro decks, is they can easily just... She comes down, she goes to 6, but then she has to survive one turn. But the worship seems good, so having a built-in worship is cool. Collar is slow. I think this is good against like Skelemental and Ball Lightnings. Let's try it out. If I trim to one of each, I think Spellbomb's worth it. I think it's probably just better than the Thoughtseize. It kind of does something similar. And then I have Sorin, Kaya's Guile, Brutality, Champions, some vents to gain life. So maybe I don't need the Collar. It's pretty slow. Ball Lightnings trample over it anyway. Let's try that. Would like to play first, thank you. Okay. Certainly keeping double Auriok Champion in hand, but like... I did say that last game too. And didn't quite work out. But that was a little... I mean, that game... That was a ridiculous game with that Goblins player. Like, 3 ringleaders, 2 of them hit. 4 Goblins each time. The other one hit 2. Yeah, so this deck does run Inquisition, which... So the trade-off, obviously, is like, they got to take one of my Auriok champions, right? But they're also running cards like Inquisition, which means they're not, like, all-in hyper aggro, which I think is correct, right? I'm definitely the one that would run, like, that's why I like this Ball Lightning deck is sweet. I think you get to do a little bit of black interaction, whereas Goblins is all-in aggro, which, and like grind now, which is good for them. Took push, not brutality. Interesting. It's good for that Goblins deck because they can grind now instead of potentially running out of gas. So that was a heck of a draw here. The souls. It's really nice. I'm not gonna attack. I want to be able to kill an Awakener if they attack with it. Okay. It's not terrifying. A Skelemental there would have been really brutal. Like, really brutal. So I'm glad that didn't happen. Yeah, I'm going to go land Sorin. This doesn't do anything now, right? It already did its damage. Now it's just a 2/2 that has stuff when it dies, so... Well, the other option is Brutality and Lingering Souls. Brutality, I'd probably duress their hand. And then if they don't Skelemental me, which is an if, but they knew my hand, so I feel like they would have done it last turn if they had it. They should have done it last turn if they had it. Knowing that these were my 2 cards, they would have wanted to get rid of those. So saying if I Brutality Souls now, then if I get to keep Soren in my hand, the next turn is really good. As of now, I can still plus and protect Soren, but not very well in the face of like a ball lightning or something. I think with the like Soren's important long term for the life gain, but I think with the vent, I in the champion here. I think I kind of have enough life gain. It's weird not to use more modes of brutality, but I'm not going to discard Soren. What I want to do is take like an Unearth or something like that. I mean, they could easily just have nothing. I mean, they're taking this long, they probably don't have nothing in their hand, but Assassin's Trophy, do I care? Another Pyromancer Bolt Trophy. So Trophy kills Soren. Bolt could kill Soren. They don't have any green. Oh no, never mind, they have that Stomping Ground. They know I have Soren. So what if, so I'm going to flashback Souls. If I just get A+ out of Soren and then they hit it with Assassin's Trophy, I think I'm okay with that. Otherwise they can like at some point just deal it a couple damage and bolt it. Yeah, let's take the bolt. They can Assassin's Trophy Spirit. Otherwise, if I do this trophy, they'll just bolt a Spirit later. It would not let me gain life. It's another interesting decision point here. I think I'm okay with that. And I don't think I'm blocking with these spirits, so I'm just going to attack. Again, trying to present a good clock here. So there's something to be said for attacking with Aug'19 Champion in that sense. But I don't want to get too complacent in my life gain. Yeah, it just prevents like 1 life if like they do prevents 2 if they attack with a Pyromancer. It only presents 1 if like the ball lightning thing. If they had some kind of like 5/5 hasting ground creature I could block or whatever, then it'd be worth it. But again, I need to present a clock here. Well, they discard 2 cards first, so that's good, because I don't think they want to discard what they have. Yeah, I mean, there's the... How does this read exactly? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, can't play off the top of their deck. Basically, this means I would have discarded the brutality, I would have gained some life, they would have killed the Soren anyway. Well, maybe not, because the Skelemental would have like that would have been their way of killing Soren. I think I decided this was bad no matter what. Because, yeah, they would have just killed Soren with the Skelemental, and then I would have, like, not had the brutality. I would have kept the brutality in hand, but that wouldn't be that big of a deal for them. I don't know. Depending on what we draw to, we can field their stomping ground and just strand that Assassin's Trophy in their hand a little bit longer. I think it's on them, right? Yeah, I'm not doing anything. Unless I got disconnected, but I don't think so. The other question here is, can I just swing back for 7 with the vent and just try to race them? Got 5 unblockable damage every turn, unless they kill some of my spirits. 7 is still a 3-turn clock, annoyingly. I guess I want like a virtue right now would be ideal. They can still Assassin's Trophy, but it puts them on a faster clock. Souls doesn't let me field, but that's okay. Gain 2 more. So there's a few things that put it some dead next turn. That's like way fine. Yep. Discard 1 spell, get 1 token, I gain another life. I drew a land, which is good, and what else? I care to trade. Probably. It's annoying if they can take one of my creatures, because I have them on a 2-turn clock here. So if they can like bolt a creature, that's annoying, but I could vent or flashback souls. Sack clearing is the plan of choice. So they have 1 unknown card. I'm at a pretty healthy life total. I could bluff having something in my hand, but I think I'd rather just have the spell for next turn just in case. And if it doesn't matter, it's because I win next turn anyway. So now if they can bolt or push a spirit token, it doesn't matter. Okay. So this is like a mistake I would make in building decks. I don't think it's a mistake. It's just that's why I do it, because I don't think it's a hard mistake. But in a deck like theirs, excuse me, playing things like Assassin's Trophy and Inquisition just like slows down your hyper aggro draws, which is often how you win. But the idea being that like against many modern decks, like a well-timed Inquisition can buy you like 2 or 3 turns, in which case like the net increase in damage you do that way, rather than like having it be the Inquisition be like another lightning bolt or something, or a lava spike. I don't think anything changes here. Like I don't even want surgical. I think Spellbomb's just better there. It gets rid of all the possible options in the graveyard, like a Pyromancer for later. I think this is pretty good. Don't want Thought Seizes. Collar is going to be too slow, especially if they're running bolts and fatal pushes. All right, Luck Sack again. double Aug' champion, but I mean, I'm playing 4. So even if they Thoughtseize or Inquisition, I'll get to... Well, they're on the draw, actually. Or sorry, they're on the play, so I won't... If they have double discard spell, they can take them both. So they might here. Yep. Take one. Could draw a third one. But again, if they're doing that, slowing their game plan down and gives me time to stabilize with tokens and Sorin, potentially. Okay. Cool. Annoyingly, I can't keep passing priority like this because I have Spellbomb that I need to keep up for some sort of unearthing shenanigans. Yep, that's a good card. Question is whether I push it or save push for a different target. So if I go Bitter Blossom now, they can next turn take attack, Thoughtseize me, and take Souls or Sorin. Probably Sorin. If I keep Souls, I can have a lot of life gain with the Aug' champion they can't deal with. And win that way. Because Fatal Push just like slows them down a turn or so. But it doesn't actually buy me like, but it slows me down as well. Aug' champion just prevents some life with the trampler. That's fine. They are at 15 already, but it's okay. So if they go Skelemental now, that, like, they wipe my hand. They'll Thoughtseize, whatever. Okay, so they can't do that now, but Skelemental, attack with both, Thoughtseize me, and Skelemental discards my other 2 cards. Would have been super annoying. Really? Alright, so they have Skullcrack here. That's annoying, but yeah, I didn't think so. Took Lingering Souls. So next, so I can go Sorin now. Spellbomb is from target player. Yeah, so I keep my Lingering Souls. Can Sorin now so they don't take it later. Or I can Souls, save Sorin. I don't think saving Sorin's good enough. So now do I attack and gain 2? It's weird because Sorin's not safe on the battlefield or in my hand. So if they play a Ball Lightning type card now and they attack with the Arcanist and Bolt Lightning at Sorin, I cannot save Sorin. So I need to dodge any type of Bolt Lightning. And instead, draining them for 2, I think, is good. Yep. But now they either take my Fatal Push or kill Sorin. They can't do both. I don't know where they're attacking. Me. Okay, so I keep Sorin. That's cool. Yeah, I'll take the 7. That's fine. Why didn't they cast it? I guess they didn't care to. Virtue is probably the best draw I could have had. Yeah. Oh, they already conceded. They didn't even see the Virtue. So what, I was going to attack for 4 lifelink and just like have all the defense. Oh, we won a game. I don't remember what game 2 looked like. Oh, double Orihawk, I guess. I don't remember. Whatever. I thought that was game 2. Anyway, happy it wasn't. Good. 2 wins. We will be back soon for round number 4.